What's going on, YouTube? This is BBSP, and I'm back. I'm gonna be showing out a whole lot of videos today, man, because I got a whole lot of shit on my mind. You know what I mean? As far as like what's going on in the NBA and what's going on as far as this Kyle Rittenhouse trial and everything. You know what I mean? It's like I've been like away collecting on my thoughts and everything, right? And, it's just, for me, it's like a whole nother level is going on right now as far as my thoughts. Like I said, I'm not on here every day and shit, right? But at the same time, I like to, like I said before, I like to collect my thoughts, you know what I mean, and just like go over shit. You understand me? You understand what I'm saying here? You know, it's not in me to, with my everyday life of what's going on and everyday life of other stuff going on as far as my schedule. I just, for me, I just come back, collect my thoughts, and you know what it is. You know what time it is, man. You know what I mean? But, you know, I handle my business away from YouTube, as far as, me actually doing what exactly what's going on, as far as what I think. But I wanted to, this whole thing with everybody's bagging on Scottie Pippen because the book comes out today, if I'm not mistaken, and shit. But I'm not sure. I got to check it out. It's a good read, you know what I mean? But, bottom line is, you got a whole lot of people out here, including these parasites and clowns on YouTube, these parasites and clowns on the media and the fans coming down Scottie's neck is because he's offering this side of the story. End of the day, like I said, that man was in our locker room, man. So who the hell is anybody else trying to pass judgment on him? And right there, he was in that locker room, man. He was right in that locker room, And who are we to question that shit, But I'm gonna address that in another video coming up here soon, man. My main purpose of this is you got a whole lot of people out here listen to people in the media like this irrelevant ass, old senile ass Skip Bayless. You know what I mean? Who's irrelevant, who's been irrelevant for years, who you can't take seriously. Stephen A. Smith, and a whole lot of casual Michael Jordan fans who swear up and down that Scottie Pippen was just a role player. As in comparison, they used somebody like a Kyrie Irving to make it seem like that he carried LeBron to that championship in 2016. Like, it's some of the biggest bunch of BS, biggest bunch of crock and shit I done heard in my life. First of all, Scottie Pippen was a high draft pick in 1987, okay? He was a high draft pick, number one. Number two, you look at his points per game, assist in college, and then, from Central Arkansas till now, Central Arkansas to the NBA. Yeah, his first couple years, he got out to a slow start, but that was by design because the offense was catered to Mike, catered to MJ, to Jordan. The offense was catered to Jordan, and Jordan was so dominant that end of the day, you had to go win games against one. They had that design to win games. Yeah, some of it got Pippen, guys like who was on that team? Brad Sellers, Charles Oakley. This is Pippen's rookie year. Charles Oakley, Brad Sellers, I mentioned him, Horace Grant. Then you had Dave Corzine, John Paxson, Sam Vincent, you know, Jordan was so dominant the next couple of years right after his first injury, you know, that the offense, 85% of the offense ran through him, you know. He was so great that season that the offense was set up that way, you know. Now, if it was a totally different system as to where everybody gets involved, Pippen's numbers would have been better. Pippen's numbers would have been a whole lot better, you know. And as you can see, 89 on until Scottie Pippen improved, you know. And when you look at the three finals, you look at when they won the championships, he played a key role in that shit. But you got, you know, capping ass niggas out here, capping ass dudes out here that tell you that was all Jordan all the time. When that's not the case. Let's go back to game one. Michael Jordan, Mike's in foul trouble. Jordan's in foul trouble, right? Then you had Phil Jackson makes the adjustment of putting Scottie Pippen on Magic Johnson because Magic Johnson, from game one right up until the first half of game two, Magic Johnson was giving it to him. Magic Johnson was holding his own, you know, and they had trouble stopping, you know. But Scottie Pippen's defense single-handedly turned that series around and gave a whole new game plan on how to stop the Lakers. And soon after, in spurts, Michael Jordan guarded Magic Johnson. Jordan guarded Magic with the same loop, same formula that Scottie Pippen started. You know? So all this shit about, you know, that was all Jordan all the time. Jordan was the most dominant, right? Jordan was the most dominant by doing shit all around. He led the team in assists, you know, scoring and all that stuff. But let's not act like Scottie Pippen didn't do his part. Let's go to game the Knicks series, the second Knicks series in '93. The second Knicks series in '93. Yeah, Mike had that 54-point explosion in Game 4. But you can definitely make the argument that Scottie Pippen had just as much an impact on that series as Mike did, you know, especially in Game 5, especially in Game 6, but especially in Game 3 when Mike had one of his worst games in the playoffs that year. That was probably his worst game in the goddamn playoffs. His worst game in the goddamn playoffs, okay? And Scottie picked up the slack. Scottie picked up the slack hands down. Hands down, he picked up the slack. So, end of the day, and let's not forget, the Bulls were down 2-0 in that series. And coincidentally enough, Game 3 was when they started their comeback. Scottie Pippen had his best game. And you can make the argument that Scottie Pippen was 1A in that series. And now let's get to when Michael Jordan retired. When Jordan retired the next year, right? Scottie Pippen led that team, given the circumstances, to 55 wins. And like I said, and I'll say it one more time. I'll say it again, man. One bullshit-ass call away from going to the conference finals. And who knows how far they could have went after that, you know? Scottie Pippen was an MVP candidate and finished third that year. You understand? Scottie Pippen made the all-defensive team 8 straight years. Scottie Pippen was on the all-NBA first team 6 straight years. Now, I'm going to transfer that to Kyrie Irving. And again, I'm with Kyrie Irving on this whole stance of the vaccination. But when you got people out here capping like Kyrie was a superstar player coming out the league, nah, that's bullshit. You know? Dude was on a lottery team putting up empty stats and didn't become relevant till LeBron came back the second time. You're going to sit here with a straight face and try to tell me that Kyrie Irving would have led that team anywhere if LeBron didn't come back. You know? I don't recall Kyrie Irving being on an all-defensive team. I don't recall Kyrie Irving leading the team to 55 wins. Nah, fuck that shit. Come on, man. And everybody wants to harken back to that shot back in 2016, right? And who's to say if LeBron is not on that team, there's no way in hell Cleveland makes it that far with just Kyrie and Kevin Love, man. Y'all got this shit fucked up. You know? There is no way Kyrie Irving is making the finals without LeBron on that team. You know? And this goes to show you the agenda that's out there, man. The agenda is LeBron got carried by Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving won that championship in Cleveland when, in fact, aside from maybe one or two games, yeah, Kyrie Irving was big in Game 5. And he hit the shot in Game 7. But what about the rest of the series? Rest of the goddamn series, you know? People think aspects of scoring is the end-all and be-all of basketball, you know? When not even the goddamn case, you know? And I ask you all, and I ask everybody, I want to ask everybody this shit. Kyrie Irving, do you expect Kyrie Irving to even get to the finals in the same fashion or lead a team with lead a team of the caliber of the 1994 Bulls post Michael Jordan? Hell no. Kyrie ain't doing that shit. But yet Scottie Pippen did. Scottie Pippen almost led that team to the Eastern Conference Finals. And we've seen Kyrie try to be the leader, right? Boston Celtics made the Eastern Conference Finals in 2018 without this dude when this dude was on the injured list. Okay? Next year he comes back. They can step back and get blasted by the Milwaukee Bucks in 5 games. And even the first year of Brooklyn, he was very underwhelmed, you know? And his team, I think, almost made the playoffs without him. Give or take. I mean, I give or take a few games, but I'm pretty sure Kyrie missed like half that season, and like towards the year before the shutdown, they were starting to build momentum without this dude. So, how the hell is Kyrie Irving so much better player than Scottie Pippen when he hasn't even accomplished half the shit Scottie Pippen has accomplished? You know? Do you think Kyrie Irving's ass is carrying the 94 Bulls minus Michael Jordan? Hell no. First of all, he's injury prone, number one. And second of all, you don't know when he's going to go off the rock or off the deep end and shit. You know? So all this bullshit about Kyrie, carried LeBron, and Scottie Pippen was the role player, that just lets you know we got more casual basketball fans out here than actual basketball fans. Or we just got fans, you know, of a certain player who want to tear down other players. You know, it's bullshit to me. And I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But yeah, I get it at the same time, man. We got too many dick riders out here, man. We got too many casual fans out here. But yet we got a whole lot of cats out here that account for their whole player, that defend their whole player and shit, just to make up lies. And for as you know, like I said, even the Michael Jordan fans are becoming the worst around. They try to over romanticize this guy, Michael Jordan's career, right? They over romanticize Michael Jordan's career when they ain't got to do that shit. I don't do that shit. I recognize how important Scottie Pippen was. I recognize how important Horace Grant was. John Paxson, B.J. Armstrong, then later on Dennis Rodman and Tony Kukoc and shit. I recognize how important they are. Even Michael Jordan would tell all you cats that. Michael Jordan himself will tell you that shit. That without his teammates, he probably don't win those 6 championships. See, it's a lot of these fanboys out here tonguing out the side of their neck. And the man himself has even said, without Scottie Pippen, the 6 championships would have been possible. Without Phil Jackson, the 6 championships would have been possible. So, who's who y'all gonna believe? Whose word y'all gonna take? Who y'all gonna believe exactly? Okay, but we know what time it is. That it's a certain narrative people want to keep alive, But despite mountain evidence and shit, right? You're gonna have a whole lot of people out here trying to carry on their narratives and bullshit. But hit the like and subscribe button. Tell me what y'all think about this shit. Tell me in the comments what y'all think. And subscribe. There's more content on the way. And I'll hit y'all up in a few.